On this video, we're going to create an ArchViz portfolio or an online website. I'm going to show you all of the thought process behind me creating my own website for my agency for 3D renders called Scale 3D, the copywriting, and the tools that I will use. Alright, so before we move forward to any tools, we first need to have the copywriting and the right plan in order to build our 3D ArchViz website or portfolio. So for the Scale 3D website, which is the agency where I create renders for architects, we're going to use the copywriting framework, which is ADA, which is attention, interest, desire, and action, which is basically how we are going to organize the sections in our website in order to psychologically have an impact on the people that are going to visit the website. So first of all, we're going to start off by taking their attention. We're going to capture their attention with a strong headline or visual. Now, over here, this is the headline, which is basically lays out the offer that I have. Now, creating an offer for ArchViz is a whole different, thesis. It's a whole different topic, and you have to do it on your own. My offer is definitely not going to be applicable for any other ArchViz business out there. It's just the way that I've structured it. And your offer may be the same as someone else. It definitely has to make sense, and you have to know how you're going to deliver it. So the headline is going to be unlimited renders and revisions for architects. The subheadline is going to be for a fixed monthly fee that gets you more and costs you less than having an in-house visualizer. And then over here, these are some options for visuals that I would think will look good in the front page and landing page. So I just lay them out there. And then the call to action button, which is going to be right at our navigation here in the beginning, is going to be view our plans, which is going to be like the whole website. I'm planning to have it as a one-page navigation. Then underneath of all this, we're going to have a testimonial just to add some trust factor in it and to increase the perceived likelihood of happiness and decrease risk for the audience, or I guess the traffic that comes in. And then we're going to use some logos of clients that I work with. So these are just a few of them, maybe some logos that actually have some resemblance, maybe some logos that actually are a bit more recognizable. Now over here at interest, we're going to provide relevant information that resonates with the audience or the target market that I have. So we're going to use a comparison visual right here. I'm going to compare the options that the architects or the audience that's going to come in the website have. So I'm going to do, for example, freelancing, hiring in-house, and then with Scale 3D. So this is just an example. This doesn't have anything to do with it's not the exact visual that I'm going to use on the website, but this is just how I plan to lay out the actual comparison visual in the section where we're going to spark interest for them. And we're also going to try to incorporate some of their pain points. So it's going to be icons for pain points. And for each point of this, time-wasted coordinating, technical difficulties, and all of that, we're going to use an icon in the website, which I think is going to look very cool. And then after all of this, we're going to spark their desire to work with us and how we solve their pain points. We're going to target their pain points a lot. So right here, we're going to show some of our work. We're going to name this part like your design will be visualized like this. So over here, it is crucial that in your portfolio, you do not go, I would say, over 10 visuals, because that would be way too much. And even 10 sometimes can be too much, but I think aim for 5, but 5 really good ones, right? And maybe it is not ideal to go for as much variety as I went here. So there's some residential work, then there's gym work, there's office refurbishment, coffee shop. But at the point that I'm at right now, I do not have a very defined segment of architects that I work with. So I want to leave as many, projects that architects can find themselves in, and as much projects that reflect what the architects are looking for, right? And then underneath of that, we're going to have a video testimonial of a client that I have. Definitely, if you do not have testimonials, do some work for free. It is so worth it just to have some testimonials, do some work for free for architects, and just get testimonials, because it will help you a lot into creating an offer and getting the trust of people who will be ready to pay in your future. So that's very crucial. And then we're going to do a little bit about Meet the Founder. This gets more transparency in the eyes of the visitor and gets them to know me more and gets them to trust me more at the end, right? So this will be the layout for the desire part. And then we're going to go to action, which we're going to try to close with a clear call to action. So right here, we're going to lay out the pricing, which is going to be the rendering plan, the video walkthrough plan, and the virtual reality and 360 plan. After laying out the pricing and the features, we are going to answer some of the commonly asked questions that I get from prospects. So why would I hire a full-time designer? How fast will I receive my renders, etc., etc. I don't want to go through all of these, but everyone should have a list of questions that get asked the most when clients approach them. And then after this, we're going to include a free lead magnet, which is going to be a render quality checklist. And when they get the checklist, I will also have to submit their email address. And then from the email address, we'll go to an email marketing sequence. We're going to redirect them into booking a meeting with us. That way you can move forward and collaborate with them. And then finally is going to be the calendar where they can book a meeting and we can get them further, take action and become our clients. So this is pretty much the way that I laid out the website. It is crucial to have all of these ready before you go to any tool, because you're going to get done much faster. You're going to have a clear vision of what you want your website to look like and what you want it to include. So without further ado, now it's time for us to move on to creating the website. So right after I'm done showing you the copywriting and right after you're done doing the copywriting, the planning for your website, we're gonna go to Pixpa.com, who is the sponsor of this video. Pixpa.com is a very simple drag and drop website builder. It is very self-intuitive. It is very fast to set up, very easy to use. I would say pretty easy and similar, just like doing a PowerPoint presentation or anything similar that you've done online in the past. This will help you elevate, showcase your work online, and it is tailor-made for creatives. So if you want to create your own ArchViz portfolio, make sure you go to Pixpa by clicking the link in the description. Okay, so we're finally done with the website, and I'm going to show you what went behind my thought process. I created it and how you can replicate some of the stuff as well. So over here at the beginning, we want to take their attention. If you remember the ADA framework from the copywriting, I used an image. I tested the other images as well, but this one looked the best because it had a darker sky and it had much more contrast with white letters and white text. So this catches the attention a lot more. And over here we have the call to action. As we mentioned in the copywriting, we included here a small testimonial, the logos of the clients we work with. And then over here, I only did the comparison between hiring someone in-house and Scale 3D. So the main reason was because if I was doing 3 rows, so basically also included in comparison with the freelancing, the actual cards would get too long and I didn't want that. And also in mobile, it will look very bad. And by the way, make sure you optimize for mobile, because nowadays most of the visitors are going to be from mobile in your website. So that is super important. Even though you're going to be building it in your computer, make sure that you optimize for mobile. And after this, we're going to put on top of the hidden stress, which is basically all of these. We're going to view your plans, which is going to be another call to action. So if I just click view your plans, it's going to take us down here, but let's go back to where we were. So these are the icons and hitting their pain points, basically, as we mentioned earlier. Another testimonial here that we included, and then here is some of our work which they can basically go through. Now, let me just remind you that no matter how good of a website you build, no matter how good of a copywriting you have, if you do not have good work in your portfolio, it's pretty much going to be useless because the final product is super important in this field. Okay, so then we have the video testimonial that we included. We have the link here, talking to your client, what it was like working with us. We have viewer plans. And once again, if you do not have testimonials, get some work done for free in return for testimonials. It is super important. It helps your offer a lot, and it will 100% let people take a decision easier, even when it's time for them to pay, right? So over here is the Meet the Founder. It's a little bit about me, where they can get to know me more. And this is the viewer plans. This is where you can get the rendering plan, the video walkthrough plan, virtual reality, and 360 tour. Now, as you can see, I kept the call to action very precise. So it's viewer plans, everything is about viewer plans up until you come in this section, which was our goal to get into the pricing. And once they see the pricing, if then they want to add and book a meeting, they can just click book a meeting and it will take us down to the calendar right here. So after this, we have the commonly asked questions with drop-down menus, as you can see. And then it's another testimonial, the free render quality checklist, which is a lead magnet. They can type in the email address and they can get the free render quality checklist. And right here is the calendar to book the meeting as well. Now, the website is pretty simple, but I believe it gets the job done of everything that I need as of now in the 3D rendering agency. One thing that I would add, which would take longer, is that I would add an introductory video, maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes, just to explain the offer, explain what we do in video format right above the pricing here, right? So probably just embed a YouTube link like this, upload it in YouTube as unlisted, and then have it on top of these plans. I think that will work best. So anyway, this is it as far as the website goes. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you got some takeaways on how you can build your own portfolio online in ArchViz and how you can build your own website in ArchViz. Once again, if you do not have good work to showcase, then all of this is going to be completely useful. So if you want to see a full tutorial on how you can create realistic renders like the one that you saw on the headline of the website, click and watch the video right here.